Let's be honest. The moment a woman shares this with you, something inside her has already crossed a line she can never uncross. It's quiet. It's subtle. No grand confession, no dramatic speech. But if you miss it, you'll watch love stand in front of you and walk away unnoticed. Listen carefully. A woman doesn't give her real world to a man she doesn't trust. She can give attention, she can give time, she can even give affection without being fully invested. But when she shares the parts of her life that are unfiltered, unpolished, and unguarded, she is not testing you. She is revealing her emotional home address. You might think love is obvious, that it announces itself loudly, that if she feels deeply, she will say it directly. But women don't move toward love with noise. They move with exposure, with risk, with a slow lowering of emotional armor that most men never even notice is happening. When she shares what genuinely worries her at night, not the safe worries, not the casual complaints, but the fears she rarely speaks out loud, that is not casual conversation. That is emotional trust in its purest form. She is allowing you to see her without performance. Understand this clearly. A woman protects her inner world more fiercely than her outer image. Men often chase signs of attraction, text speed, compliments, physical closeness, but those are surface signals. They are sparks, not fire. Real love shows up when she allows you into her private emotional landscape. Her memories, her insecurities, her past disappointments that still echo quietly inside her. When she begins sharing moments that shaped her, childhood wounds, old heartbreaks, times she felt small or unseen, she's not simply telling stories. She's handing you pieces of her identity. She is asking, without saying it directly, "Can you hold this without judging me?" And here is what most men misunderstand. This sharing is not automatic. It is earned through presence, patience, and emotional steadiness. A woman does not open deeply to a man who is uncertain, distracted, or inconsistent. She opens to the one who feels safe to fall toward. Safety is not softness. Safety is strength without pressure, attention without demand, interest without control. When she sends you something that reminded her of you, a song, a memory, a thought, she is linking you to her emotional experiences. She is weaving you into how she processes life. And that is not casual. That is attachment forming in real time. If she invites you into her ordinary moments, not just exciting plans, but quiet routines, she is showing you where you exist in her real world, not just her romantic imagination. Pay attention to what she shares when there is nothing to gain, no validation needed, no approval required, just expression. Because when a woman shares her inner reality freely, consistently, and without emotional distance, she is no longer deciding if she loves you. She is already there. There is a moment when her communication changes. She stops performing perfection. She stops curating every word. She begins to show you her unfiltered reactions in real time. That shift is not comfort alone. It is emotional investment becoming irreversible. A woman who is not deeply attached manages impressions. She edits herself. She calculates responses. She protects how she appears. But when love takes root, calculation fades. She lets you see her moods without disguise. Her laughter becomes louder. Her silence becomes honest. Her opinions become unsoftened by the fear of losing you. This is where many men make a mistake. They think emotional openness is ordinary. They think vulnerability is just personality. But vulnerability is expensive. It costs pride. It risks rejection. It exposes need. And a woman only pays that price when the connection matters more than self-protection. When she tells you about her day in detail, not because the events were special, but because she wants you inside her experience, she is building emotional continuity. She is not reporting information. She is including you in her life narrative. You become someone she mentally turns toward even when you are not present. Pay attention when she shares something embarrassing about herself without prompting. A mistake she made, a fear she hides from others. That is not casual disclosure. That is trust, seeking a home. And notice how she reacts to your presence when she is overwhelmed. If she reaches for you emotionally during stress, confusion, or uncertainty, she is not just comfortable with you. She sees you as psychological stability. Love is not proven by excitement. It is proven by emotional reliance. There is another sign that men often overlook because it feels ordinary. She remembers small details about you that you never emphasized: preferences, offhand comments, subtle shifts in mood. She tracks them not out of effort, but because attention naturally follows emotional priority. The mind protects what the heart values. When she begins sharing future thoughts that include you without dramatic announcement, that is not fantasy. That is subconscious planning. She is aligning her internal timeline with your presence in it, quietly, naturally, as if your place beside her is already understood. You may think love is declared with certainty, but the truth is more subtle. Love appears first in behavior long before it appears in words. When she chooses honesty over charm, presence over mystery, closeness over control, she's no longer guarding her heart from you. She's guarding you inside her heart. And if you are paying attention, you will notice something profound. She does not share these things to impress you. She shares them because emotionally she has already chosen you.